Yo, how's it going? We're gonna be talking about Sonic Frontiers today. You probably saw the thumbnail. I said something like 8 out of 10. I played 40 hours of this game. The reason why I say this game is an 8 out of 10 is because it's a step in the right direction for Sonic as it's just a game series. The two movies that came out are great. The show Sonic Prime is probably going to do well. All of the stuff with Sonic other than his games have been good. Them actually changing up the formula and making Sonic a more open world game or open zone game is exactly what he needs, because he's been stale for a very long time. He's either been going straight forward or he's been going from left to right for years. It has been the same over and over and over again, and it gets annoying. It gets tiring. Nothing about Sonic has ever changed. The open zone is awesome. The supersonic battles, holy shit, the supersonic battles. I didn't think supersonic could get any cooler, but these boss battles and how you interact with them, I can't believe it. I missed a few interactions. I didn't even know you could throw the fucking wyvern boss, for example. I didn't know that. Unfortunately, the cyberspace stages aren't good. They're just not. The controls for Sonic are terrible. It feels like they're slowing him down every single time you press boost. It just doesn't feel good. Everything else about Sonic Frontiers was fucking fun. That's all Sonic games need to be. They need to be fun. And they need to be playable. So I'm going to talk about Sonic Frontiers, and I'm just going to explain why everything that they're doing right now is good for the future. Okay, we're going to start with the open zone and the controls there and the combat. Then we're going to talk about cyberspace, and we're going to talk about why cyberspace should not happen ever again. And then I'm just going to add an extra section about the story and just what I liked about it. So there's going to be some spoilers in that. You've been warned. Okay, so now we're in the open zone. But before we go into the open zone, we're just going to go right here to the options first. This is important because the options in this game, there's so many. I don't think there's ever been this many options in a Sonic game before. We're going to start with the game settings. Here's what I like about this game. They're starting to play around with difficulty settings now, right? Before, Sonic he was just at a set difficulty, but now this is it. Like, you have easy, normal, and hard. I'm playing in hard because this game is very easy. It's very easy. The hard feels like easy. It's like playing Kingdom Hearts 3. If you know, you fucking know. I know they wanted to make the game accessible to everybody, but I think hard mode could have been adjusted. I hope they adjust it later, like, or maybe add like a supersonic hard mode or something, because it just feels like when you get to the end of the game, enemies still die when you hold square mid combo and you do a little Sonic spin kick thing, and then you just kill everything anyway, and it's like, I didn't even get to fight anybody. Training. You can train while waiting after a game over, which is pretty cool because in that training mode, they teach you a bunch of different mechanics and little techniques of how to move Sonic in the open zone. You have notifications here just for pop-ups that happen throughout the game. You might turn that off at some point, but it might get kind of annoying. Auto combo, this is a skill that you can unlock later in the game. I didn't actually use auto combo yet. I'm assuming when you press square and mash it down, he does all of the special moves automatically. I found the game more enjoyable leaving this off when I unlocked the skill. I just pressed everything manually, and it was just more fun that way, instead of just pressing one button to do everything. I don't know, that's just personal preference. Now here is the big stuff. This is the cool stuff. Starting speed, initial boost speed, turning speed, boost turning speed, top speed, steering sensitivity, acceleration, bounce height, camera speed, camera controls, all that stuff right here. But this right here, all of the stuff related to the speed and the turning speed and the sensitivity, this hasn't been in a Sonic game before. I cranked everything up and I was having the time of my life. I'm trying to figure out how Sonic Team went from Forces to this, but I'm glad they did. And then you have the skills. Oh boy, these skills are fun as hell. The problem is, Sonic is broken. Sonic is very broken in this game. He is unstoppable. No. Okay, shit, the fucking movie. Alright. Yeah, these moves, everything about Sonic feels good. The moment you get out of cyberspace, everything feels good. They give you a really shitty experience, and then they just go like, oh, here you go. Like, run around, have fun. Just beat up on enemies. Watch this shit. Here we go. Look, this game is fucking awesome because you can just the freedom that you have of Sonic. Like, look how he moves. Look how smooth this is. Look, see. Like, it just feels good. So one main flaw of this game, and it's very obvious when you're running around, is this. It's all of this here, the pop-in. You see that? Like this right here, that's not good. I hope that they just eliminate pop-in for future games because it is very noticeable. It's very annoying sometimes when Sonic is running around, you see stuff just appearing in front of you. There are times where things don't appear until you're right next to it. When people were talking about these rails, right? Everybody was talking about how the rails looked random. But as you play the game, everything opens up. The whole entire world opens up. Hey, you actually can use these to travel around the island in style. It's actually pretty fucking cool. Like, just looking at the view and taking in all the sights while you're just boosting on the rails. It's just, it feels good. So yeah, the open world feels great. The combat feels really good, and I'm hoping that they continue this for future games, because with what they have here as a base, the sky's the limit. I don't think they should be messing up the next game, but maybe did I just jinx it? Did I just fucking jinx it? I hope I didn't. I'm sorry if I did. Then we have the fishing mini game. This is really relaxing. The music is really good. It's just addicting, actually. Just getting a bunch of fish and just tokens and spending it on a bunch of items in the game. It actually makes it easier to farm for vault keys and other items too, like Coco and I believe the heart items though, the memory tokens that you get. Okay, so I didn't even know this. They have used barbecue spit right here. This is for the Monster Hunter collaboration. Pay close attention to the music and the meat's color to cook it perfectly. The number of tokens received will change depending on the doneness. I actually don't have the music on, so I'm doing this with no music. Here we go. Oh, this is cool.
So tasty!
Oh man, I got it. Okay, so I'm back on the title screen. We're going to now experience the worst part of this game, the cyberspace levels. So these levels, they're not bad, but they're not good. I'm gonna start with the first one. Okay, first stage, right? This is the first stage of the game, right before the open zone. And at first you're like, okay, let's check Sonic's movement. Okay, whoa, okay, the tutorial popped up. All right, cool. This is nice. I like how he feels. This is okay. So then you start moving, you're like, huh. He's moving kind of slow. But then you speed up. You're like, what the fuck? Like, I was trying to move over into the other set of rings. Yes, I am aware. Sonic can move with the sidestep L1 and R1 just to get all those rings in the beginning there. However, he still feels like complete garbage after that. He still feels like garbage when you're playing as him in the cyberspace. If they free up his movement in a patch or something, they could just allow him to run normally and just swerve around and just collect what he can collect and then keep going. Like, either way, he's still moving too slow. His controls when he boosts, he goes in a straight line like in Forces almost. It's like it's trying to put him on rails, and it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good, it doesn't feel good. And then his homing attack, it feels bad too. But the cool part about his homing attack is that you can do this. There we go. Boom. You can do that. That's cool. But like, it doesn't feel good. And you're thinking, oh, it's just the first level. It's just the first level. It's not just that level. It's a lot of the levels. You've probably seen this one if you've seen the gameplay leaks, right? You've seen the gameplay leaks, right? Here we go. Do you see that? Let me do it again. This is what you have to do. This is what you have to do. They want you to do weird boost tech shit. It's fucked up. It works, but wait. Fuck me. They want you to do shit like that. Like the whole time. You're like, so I have to homing attack and then boost to gain true speed. That's not, come on now, look. The fact that you have to do that to get the ultimate speed boost, and you can't just hold boost and just do what you've been doing for several games is not good. It just doesn't feel right. And then the level's over. Come on. They gotta do better than that. They have to do better than that. This is what 95% of the cyberspace levels are like. They're like this. They just don't feel good to play. They feel like they're trying to limit Sonic, and he should not have limits when he's in the stages. The stages are his they're like his thing. No, that's when he goes full in, speed, go. Okay, so now let's talk about the story. The story in this game was amazing, actually. Some might say it's very basic. However, have you been paying attention to Sonic stories? They're all basic. Sonic isn't that fucking complicated of a character. He likes to live fast, and he likes to be free. That's it. That's literally it. But what were you expecting from a blue hedgehog who saves his animal friends? He rolls in the ball and beats up fucking robots. Like, what did you expect? Like, Sonic stories aren't going to be the most groundbreaking stories of all time, but they do have some interesting fucking themes, like, like loss and, being the last echidna because, his whole entire race is fucking dead. Like, there's some themes that get pretty dark, especially in this game, in Sonic Frontiers. Like, the whole species getting wiped out, take all of their hopes and dreams and they put it in their technology so that people can see that they existed. That's pretty fucking dark for a Sonic game, actually. They don't really go that dark, but there's some lines in this game that made me go, whoa, fuck. This is a Sonic game, right? This game really made sure to address the flaws in certain characters, like Amy and Tails and Sonic a little bit. Knuckles is more or less the same. He's the same. I don't really think you can do too much with Knuckles' character. He remains constant. I think the best thing about Knuckles in Frontiers is that he actually had interactions with Sonic that were very much like hitting everything when it comes to like their rivalry. Like, they have a rivalry, and they haven't really shown that in previous games, and now they're really showing it. The cutscenes with Sonic and Knuckles were the coolest cutscenes in the game, actually. Right underneath that were the cutscenes with Tails, because Tails actually addressed his breakdown that he had when Infinite was attacking their home, and then they had a whole talk about it. Tails actually wants to step it up and become a better character, and that's good. Because before, I mean, listen to his song in Sonic Adventure, 2? He's trying to follow Sonic all the time, and now he's deciding to do his own stuff, his own style. I'm not gonna we're not singing the song. God, we're not gonna sing the fucking song, dude. No. I want to fly high and shit. Like, wow, that song is terrible. It's Sonic songs, man. Some of them, it feels good to listen to, but listen to the So Eggman came into this story the same as he ever was, I'm gonna use my AI to take over the fucking world or do some dumb shit with this ancient technology and take over the world. He started this as Eggman. He ended up ending this game becoming a father. Like, he really did. Just saying it out loud this is just fucking funny. This is the most emotion we've seen Eggman have since Sonic Adventure 2, with like, the whole egg cannon and shit, and trying to blow the fucking world up. I just want to see how Sage fits in with the rest of the characters now, because I know that when really bad shit happens, she's gonna try to convince Eggman to work with everybody, and Eggman's just gonna be like, no, we're not doing this again. I didn't forget about Amy. Amy looks like she's about to go off on her own adventure too. Looks like she's also gonna be bringing Styx with her too, if I remember the dialogue correctly. Like, Styx, I didn't know was a character. I thought Styx was just only for Boom. in the show, right? Like the game in the show. So that was interesting, and I don't know what this means for all 3 of those characters. Are Knuckles, Tails, and Amy gonna get their own game? Are they gonna show up in a future Sonic game? Are we getting Sonic Adventure fucking 3? I don't know what they're planning, but it sounds good. Now, if they could just execute a good game after this one, then we're probably gonna have something special the next time around, but we don't know yet. We don't know yet. Frontiers just came out. So to wrap this video up, Sonic Frontiers has been a wonderful experience for me. I got to actually run around in the open zone and just experience Sonic in a new way. Forces was not it. Sonic Boom, it was not it. Sonic fucking Free Riders, that wasn't it either. It was miss after miss after miss, and now it's a win. Like, we got something good here, and if they just take what they have right here, improve it, and move it into the next game, we're gonna be eating good. We're gonna be eating good for the next decade of Sonic. So here's hoping that the next Sonic game is actually something that the fans want and that Sonic deserves. Because we all know Sonic deserves a good game. He really does. It's about time. And this is the first step. This is just the first step to what I believe is a good future for Sonic. Alright, that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.